Hey guys, it's Michael Griswold here again, and it's hard to believe, but this is January in Denver, and as you can see by my great camera skills, I am outside in a t-shirt and flip-flops. It's a great city. So the reason for this video is I've talked to a bunch of people lately, and they have this similar question about the whole no contact, limited contact idea. And I thought I'd clear the air and really put to rest a lot of misinformation that's being spread around. Now, the idea behind limited contact and no contact is a good one. You know, it's an idea to let the dust settle, so to speak, and to give people each time to sort things out. And I actually, in my course, advocate a period of time where you don't talk to them. But what happens is oftentimes people take these rules of thumb and make them into real rules and make them into, you know, real hardcore questions about whether or not should I be no contact, should I be limited contact. And this really doesn't become helpful, because all that is really simply a rule of thumb. So instead of wondering about should you be on no contact, should you be on limited contact, what you should be focused on is how does your interaction with your ex make them feel? I'm sure this makes sense to you. So rather than sticking hard and fast to a rule of I'm not going to talk to them, I'm going to wait for them to call me, you don't want to do that, and here's why. Because what that does is it turns your relationship from a relationship into simply a battle of power. And I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, and I'm sure you've been there before. Where instead of, you know, you really wanting the best for them and them wanting the best for you, it really comes into a moment-by-moment struggle for power. Who's going to crack first? Who's going to make the first call? Who's going to send the first text? And then you really it's exhausting, isn't it, to think, okay, now she's texted me, now what do I text back to let her know that I'm not really that interested? And it's this idea of pushing someone away enough to get them to like you, and it's just absurd. Instead, you should focus on how does your interaction with your ex make them feel. See, if the relationship is still strained and contentious, then it's probably not a good idea to contact them, because that would only add to the contention and the strain. I'm sure this makes sense. Whereas if you, in your own self-respect, can get in touch with your ex and have it be lighthearted and have it be fun and have it not be a fight, then it doesn't matter how much time has passed since the last time you talked to them. Does this make sense? I'm quite sure that it does. So rather than focusing on how long you should go, you know, it's been a week, should I contact them? She sent me a text, how long should I wait until I get back to her? He called me, how long should I wait till I return his call? You should focus instead on how does your interaction with them make them feel? So here's an example. So let's say that you want to get back in touch with your ex because you want to get them back. Instead of waiting and waiting and waiting for them to call you, instead call them up and say something fun. Change the air. The air between you has been stale. Make it fresh. Do something funny or exciting. Or just, if you're not typically a serious person, then call them up and say something that's serious. Change the dynamic through your action. You cannot possibly get back with the person that you love by just waiting for it to happen. And although the idea of going for a while without talking to somebody is good, it easily turns into just a waiting game where you end up not winning. So anyway, that's the idea for now. Focus on how does your interaction with your ex make them feel, rather than how much, you know, the rule of how much time has gone past since you've last spoken to them. You can check me out at reunitedrelationships.com, where you can check out my course and get a whole lot more information and in-depth instruction on romantic relationships in general. Until next time, see you later.